Okay, last problem for section 3. X minus 3 over x squared minus 9. First thing you do is ask yourself, can you factor anything in this problem? You can't factor x minus 3, but you can factor x squared minus 9 by using the difference of two squares. So your end result would be x minus 3 over x minus 3, x plus 9. Then you want to see if there's one of everything, and with this problem there's two x minus 3's, so this can cancel out and just make 1 at the top instead of x minus 3, and you'll still have x plus 3 at the bottom. This is now your new equation, 1 over x plus 3. Now, just like all other graphs, you can tell a lot, or all these numbers, you can tell a lot by this. So the 1 tells you that there is a vertical stretch by a factor of 1. The x plus 3 tells you to move left 3 spaces. So the 3 is the x value. And then there's no k value, which would tell you to go up or down, so we'll just say it's 0. So now, looking at this, now that we know that x equals -3 and y equals 0, you can use this for the domain and range. The domain is all the x values. So if x equals -3, so is the domain. If the range is all the y values and the y is 0, the range is also 0. So, but when I do say this, it means that the domain is all real numbers except for -3, and then the range is all real numbers except for 0. And you could write that like y equals that. Okay, now vertical asymptote and horizontal asymptote. So vertical asymptote is basically the domain. They are the same number. So for this, then that would mean the vertical asymptote is -3, and then the horizontal asymptote is the range, so it would be 0. So let's draw the asymptotes. So since it's -3, you would draw dotted line to show your asymptote, so you know you cannot go past this line. Now the horizontal asymptote is on the x line, so we'll just do some dashes and know it's there. So now you have to find points on your graph to plot this the correct way and get actual numbers. So you would do 1 over, and for the top graph, I will just do 0 plus 3, which would equal 1 over 3. So then your point could be 0, 1/3, and then you would know the line cannot pass these two lines. So you go up through the point. Now we have to do the bottom. So we know it cannot go past -3 on this side. So let's try -4. So 1 over -4 plus 3, which would equal 1 over -1, which is 1. So then it would be, -4, -1. And put that on your graph. So we'll just say 1's there, -4. Cannot go past these lines because it's all real numbers except for those. And then this would be your graph, your domain, your range, your vertical asymptote, and your horizontal asymptote. With this specific graph, there is a removal of discontinuity. So if you were to put this on the graph, you would put it at -3 and 3 because it represents the x value. So we will say that's 1, 2, 3. So there would be removal, and the line would not go through that specific point. And then -3 we'll put down here. So we'll say right here. And then that is your final answer.